This is NBC 10 News.
Services start tomorrow for Temple University police officer Chris Fitzgerald, killed in the line of duty Saturday night. U.S. Marshals arrested the accused gunman, 18-year-old Miles Pfeffer, within 12 hours of that shooting. He's charged with murder and will appear in court in March. Police say Pfeffer's mother picked him up Saturday night after the shooting in North Philadelphia and brought him to the family's home in Bucks County. Officer Fitzgerald's widow has a message to Pfeffer's mother.
Your mother, who picked you up, should be charged, and we will make sure of that.
Yeah, leading some to ask, could his mother face criminal charges? Our NBC 10 legal expert, Enrique Latoison, joins us now. It's important to note, Enrique's not involved in this case. Enrique, always good to see you. I wish it was under better circumstances than this. Curious here, what goes into charging a parent for picking up their son, whether or not they knew what happened?
Well, in this particular situation, it doesn't matter if it's a parent or not. Pfeffer's mom basically picked him up after the murdering of this officer. And so one of the things she can be charged with is accessory after the fact. Also, she did have another child that was underage who was not there. So the question becomes, what did she know at the time that she picked Pfeffer up by himself? Took him back to Bucks County. At that time, the evidence that's been out so far is that Pfeffer had time to destroy that murder weapon or to hide some things. So the question becomes, was she a co-conspirator in the hindering of that, the obstruction of justice, the tampering with evidence? In a case like this, in my experience, the police are far from done in doing their investigation. And you can best believe in a case like this, they will continue to look into things, to investigate things, look at phone calls, text messages, and things of that nature before deciding whether or not she had anything to do with this.
Yeah. The other side of the coin here, too, is police say Pfeffer was with two teenagers before the officer was killed. Staff Inspector Ernest Ransom gave a play-by-play of what happened. Let's listen to that.
Corporal Brooks then heard the gunshots and observed two white males fleeing the area. She ordered those males to stop, they complied, and then she detained those males. When Corporal Brooks was informed that an officer was shot and he succumbed to his injury, those males were immediately transported to the homicide unit. Those males were a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old white male. While at the homicide unit, and after getting consent from their parents, the detectives interviewed those males, at which time they provided us information necessary to develop a suspect.
So they were there. Police said the 16 and 17-year-olds didn't have a gun on them. But could they be charged even if they didn't pull the trigger, Enrique?
Absolutely. This is the law of conspiracy in Pennsylvania. If three people conspire to be out robbing somebody or out committing a crime, and one of them goes off the rails and does something that he did, which Pfeffer did in this case, does not mean you automatically are exonerated from what your co-conspirator did. Now, of course, they are juveniles, and it definitely helps that they actually cooperated very early on, which led to the arrest of the suspect in this case. But that doesn't automatically just give you a clean slate. If you were out there and you were co-conspirators, were out there attempting to commit crimes or was involved with stuff, and one of them does something like this, as heinous a crime as this is, everybody can be charged because of what one co-conspirator did.
NBC 10 legal expert Enrique Latoison. Enrique, thanks so much. Always good seeing you. We're going to have continued coverage, of course, on this investigation on NBC 10 and NBC10.com. You want to stay tuned for that. The first service for Officer Fitzgerald is tomorrow night. The funeral's Friday. NBC 10 will cover all the services and bring them to you live on our digital channels. So be sure to have that NBC 10 app handy.